Welcome to a brand new episode of Exposed. I'm one of your hosts, Jessica Deere.
And I'm the Hogurate Cross.
Summer's just around the corner, so I decided it would be a good idea to stop by S02E07 to see about their 2012 Kahnawake Summer Student Employment Program. So let's take a look at that. So I'm at S02E07 right now with their PR and Communications Officer, Lisa Lahash, and we're here to talk about the Kahnawake Summer Student Employment Program. So thanks for letting me interview you.
Thanks for coming, Jessica.
I guess the first question, can you tell me a little bit about the program?
The Kahnawake Summer Student Employment Program is an incentive program that's designed to help kids stay in school, to encourage them to stay in school past high school, on into CEGEP and university. And it's to prepare them for entering the job market after they graduate.
What are some of the jobs that are available this summer like?
This summer we have a large range of jobs. They start with, there's manual labor, some in the health fields, in administration, childcare, research, social work, and media-related jobs.
Okay. So how does the selection compare to last year?
Last year there was less of a variety, but the students who were enrolled in the program asked for jobs in different sectors. So when they did the selection of the employers, they took that into consideration and made sure there were more jobs for students to choose from in different industries.
I also noticed on the list there's two employers that were out of town.
That's an initiative that that comes from employment and training. They like to encourage people to seek jobs outside of Kahnawake, and this is starting with their first employment experience will be out of town, and it'll open them up to seeking employment later in life outside of Kahnawake.
Mm-hmm. Has there been any other changes this year to the program?
Other than the increase of minimum wage and all the other wages at the higher levels, no. Although last year they did change the focus of the program a little bit. Now, as of last year, you have to be enrolled in a full-time high school, CEGEP, or university program, and it's meant more as an incentive for students to pursue higher education. Whereas in the past, there were different vocational training fields that were eligible. Their students were eligible to apply, and that's no longer. And it's mostly due to the funding remaining the same, but minimum wage keeps rising, and there's less money for jobs. So it's an incentive to the students who do stay in school to get perks.
You mentioned the funding. Has there been any changes to, I guess, the amount of jobs that are available to students?
To adjust the non-changing funding, but the continued increase in minimum wage, what we did was, instead of offering all jobs at full-time, 30 or 37.5 hours per week, some of them were approved as a part-time position, so between 20 and 25 hours per week. So that way we're able to offer more employers positions at their businesses, and more students can get jobs.
When's the deadline to apply for students?
The deadline for all students to apply is on May 11th at 4 p.m. You can apply online. There's an online application form, or you can print out the application form and drop it off here at S02E07.
You mentioned the deadline to apply for the program altogether, but the deadline for all the jobs they have different dates, right?
Right. Some of the jobs, the deadlines are before employment and training's deadline. The KSSEP deadline to register for the program is May 11th. However, some of the employers out there where the students have to apply independently from their application here occur before that. So we're reminding all students to make sure they carefully read the job listing and make sure that they don't miss the deadline for the jobs that they want.
Where can they get a copy of the job listing?
The job listing is going to be posted in the Eastern Door twice, and they can view it online on our website, www.kedc.biz.
Finally, do you have any advice to students who will be applying for the program?
My advice is to read all of the paperwork that's available online, and to make sure that they include their cover letter with their resume. when they're applying for a job. And the Employment and Training Youth Programs Coordinator is available for questions anytime from 8:30 to 4 on weekdays, and her name is Angie Marquis. So if they need anything, they should just contact her.
Right. So thanks for letting me interview you.
My pleasure.
Don't forget the deadline to apply for the Kahnawake Summer Student Employment Program is Friday, May 11th.
Yep. So what do you think about some of the new changes to the program this year? One of them that Lisa had mentioned in the video was that they're being more strict on, I guess, who can apply, meaning only high school, stage up, and university can apply, and again, they have to be going back to like full-time studies. And like last year, you're in the language program at the Cultural Center, and you're actually going to be finishing. But last summer, you received the summer the summer job at a 7 Generations daycare through that program. Mm-hmm. And I guess now, like the new batch of students who will be entering that program, won't have that opportunity. So, what do you think?
I think it's going to be hard for the new students coming into it, especially the language program, because there's no more funding available for the students coming into the program in the next batch of kids.
Well, I think that's one of the same, I guess, reasonings why Dawodu decided to do that too, is because the Kahnawake Summer Student Employment Program is the funding is staying the same, and you can't grow. So I see how it's unfair, especially towards maybe not towards vocational programs, but specifically the language program, because you're going to school for from 9:30 to 3:30 every day. Mm-hmm. for 2 years. It's not typical school, and it's not from one of the institutions
Yeah.
that's a regular post-secondary institution or high school, but it's still in a school environment. But at the same time, I still understand Dawodu Nuzakta's reasoning. It's just unfortunate. Perhaps maybe if we had a casino, we wouldn't have that type of problems with funding. But no, we don't. Well, how was we started the second season of Exposed discussing this summer student employment program, and we interviewed you. It was for your first episode. How did you like the program?
I like the program. I did it a few years too, for 3 years before that too. So I've been in it for a while, and it's helpful for the summertime. When you're not getting a school check and you're not getting anything, and it only lasts the amount of time from when you leave school to mm-hmm. when you start back at school. You know what I mean? I think there's a week grace period you have where you can just do whatever, but after that, you have your job all summer long where you're making money that you can save towards your next school year or whatever, because you're not making that much being a student. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're not becoming a millionaire being a student.
That's what it bugs me so much when there's students who they get their school check, the 25th of the month, around that time, and then they just waste it all on partying and stuff like that. And it's just I don't understand how you I need that money to go towards my rent, to go towards my my program is pretty expensive. I always need to buy supplies and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm glad there's programs like this, and it's just unfortunate that it's so limited, because there's only X amount of jobs, and even this year there's still the same amount of jobs that were available last year, but now you can tell how they're stretching their budget, because all the majority of the jobs are now only 25 hours a week compared to 32. Mm-hmm. So they have the same amount available, but you're not working as much.
Yeah. And
it's just I don't know, I guess I have a love-hate relationship with the program, because it does you get this great experience. And obviously last year I worked at Mohawk TV through the program, and hopefully this year I'll be working with through the program again, like wherever, and it's just it gives like so many opportunities, but then there's like not everyone gets a chance to be part of it.
Yeah, but I think that's why they have like their policy where you can't repeat the same job for a certain amount of years. That way, you know, there could be students who are studying the same thing, and then one person always keeps ending up with the job.
Well, that's another thing. Like, I think a lot of, well, I won't say a lot, but some of the employers, like, they apply for it knowing that they have a student that they want to hire for the summer. So it doesn't give the opportunity for other people to get their foot in the door because they already have someone in mind. And it's like, I don't know, I find it happens a lot, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, it's good for that person, and then you do only have that, like, you can only have the same job at the same place for 2 years, which is good. But then if you like working there,
but then again too, it's like there needs to be like a compromise, because like something like that, somebody who was taking like going to school for, let's say, teaching or whatever, and then they go and they get a job at 7 Generations or something like that, and then now they've overdone their time at 7 Generations, so now they have nowhere else to go, like, in their field, but they're going to be doing something like, I guess maybe there's still like a youth center that's kid orientated and like arguing and stuff like that, but like the other jobs, like, it's not really like pertinent to like your education. Like for you to be going to so like,
specific.
Yeah, for you to be studying communications and then to go and to work at the youth center or at Step by Step or something at drama, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good work experience, but it's not like very pertinent to your field of study.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's it happens to a lot of people too. And that's what I mean. There's even like obviously like they have to have jobs that also cater to younger students, like people who are you know, in high school or who are just graduating high school and they haven't picked their like field of concentration yet, or they don't have any of that experience, or like don't know, like if you're, you know, you're going into cinema, video, and communications at Dawson like in the fall, but you have no idea what that means, like you haven't learned anything. So like there's certain jobs that the program has for that, like, you know, working at the golf course, working, like there's a posting this year to work at Dairy Queen, which I thought was pretty cool. That was another change, that they have 2 like non-native employers on the list. And I think it's good so that people from Ganawage can get experience working outside the community, because like I hate when people limit themselves like 2 years, like they're like, oh, I don't speak French, so I can't, like I'm only going to work in town, so I'm not going to try harder. But it's like there's so many more possibilities like outside of this town that like you can strive for. And yes. It's Dairy Queen, but like, I mean, you're gonna get like good customer service, and like you have to deal with people, and it's good experience. So, but anyway, so I wish all the luck to all the students who are applying to the Summer Student Employment Program, and hopefully this is a program that like continues in Ganawage and just like grows and expands, and because it's good. So we'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more Exposed after this.